Hello and welcome to Informatica's Global Customer Support video knowledge-based article. Today we're going to be talking about how to add human resource infotypes to the Informatica Test Data Management Data Subset for SAP product, version 6.1D. My name is George Klein. This session will provide the following information. What is an infotype? What is a data subset entity? How to add infotypes to entities, and how to activate and deactivate those infotypes once they've been configured for the entities. Just a word here that we are assuming at this that you already have knowledge of the test data management data subset for SAP product and know the general functionality of how that product works and what it does. Okay, so first, what is an infotype? An infotype is a collection of logically related data that's contained in a single table. An example of a human resource infotype would be personal administration, personal information. That'd be personal information about an employee that would have their name, their birth date, their social security number, information that is of a personal nature to that employee would be contained in that one infotype. And then other infotypes such as address would contain information about the employee's address. And another one would be for dependents and so forth. Okay, then what is a data subset entity? Well, a data subset entity is a collection of logically related tables pertaining to a business object in SAP, and these logically related tables generally will have a foreign key relationship between those tables. This allows an entity to be sliced based upon selection criteria so that you can, say, trim off old transactional data and still move the newer transactional data and the related master data to a target SAP instance and still have a fully functional SAP instance. We're going to be talking about how to add infotypes to the entities and how we're going to be able to activate and deactivate those infotypes once they've been configured to the product. For the last two bullet items, we'll have a example of how to do that. Okay, for example, let's go ahead and log on to the Test Data Management Data Subset for SAP product. And we do this by going to the main area menu. So in the transaction, we'll enter /n/get st/main, and this will take us to the area menu for data subset. We'll go into configuration, go into objects, and we're going to maintain the entity. So now we need to find the entity that we're going to be changing and adding our infotype to. So we'll click on the drop down, we'll search for HR employee, and HR employee data is the personal administration entity that is provided out of the box with the product. We'll double click on this, and we want to add in this case infotype number PA0745. So we'll go into update mode. I'm going to create. I'm going to put in a sequence number of 840 and put in the table name for that infotype 0745, and I'm going to make this inactive for right now. So I'm going to look and make it not active, and then we save it. and the entity is saved. And that's all there is to adding a infotype to the product. So for any custom infotypes that you may have, those that are in the 9,000 range, that you've created for your installation, you would simply add those the same way by coming in here and following the procedures I just went through. Now, when we added this Infotype 745, we entered it as non-active. So if you were to create a project and assign the HR employee data entity to that project, that Infotype 745 would still not be provisioned to the target SAP instance. In order for that to happen, you need to activate that Infotype. So let's go back in to maintain entity, and let's get our HR employee entity. Employee data, and then let's go ahead and go into update mode. Let's go down to the bottom. Page 40, there's 745. Okay, let's go ahead and select it, and we're going to change to active, and then we save it. And now our Infotype 745 is now active, and so when a project is created with the HR employee data assigned to that project, Infotype 745 will now be provisioned to the target instance along with all the other active Infotypes. If you ever have an Infotype, for instance, that has got a different data structure between the source and the target, this will cause that Infotype not to provision, and you will get a short dump because the product does require the structure of the table to be identical to the source that it is in the target. If there is some modifications being done where the source and the target are not in sync, you can always go into here and exclude that particular Infotype or table, and that will allow all the other ones to provision. Well, that's all there is to it. That's how you add a Infotype, activate and deactivate an Infotype for the test data management data subset product. We'd love to hear from you. Please contact us through the links provided, and I hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you, and bye.